Inside the black box of 86 billion neurons, every decision unfolds in milliseconds. Live system, latency 12 milliseconds, perfusion 100%, the foundation of alertness. A 3D cut opens a living skull, exposing an active neural architecture at 1 second. The brain's shift begins. The cortex flexes with the pulse 60 to 90 beats per minute. The landscape of gyri-sulci maps function, where thought, emotion, and movement are precisely zoned. White matter is a fiber expressway. Signals run along interregional tracks. Good synchrony, low network latency, high cognitive efficiency. EEG beta approximately 18 Hertz indicates wakefulness and focus. The live system state confirms stable bioelectric activity with low noise. Two core metrics, perfusion and latency. When perfusion falls or latency rises, cognitive performance drops, visible in slowness and errors. The executive triangle, PFC control, hippocampus memory, amygdala emotion. Balance among the three keeps willpower above impulses. We dive into a cortical sulcus, the micro gateway where a single synaptic jump can redirect an entire train of thought. Cerebral capillaries carry oxygen and glucose, the twin fuels of life. The brain is only approximately 2% of body mass, yet consumes approximately 20% O2 at rest, an energy-hungry machine. Sensory data converge at the thalamus, a transit hub before distribution to specialized cortical areas. Vision, audition, proprioception. Excitation/inhibition, approximately 1:1, preserves high SNR. When noise is low, the signal of thought is crisp, with fewer voices in your head. At approximately 20 nanometer synaptic cleft,
Motor command.
vesicles release transmitters. Glutamate accelerates. GABA breaks. This duet protects the brain from overload. Saltatory conduction across nodes of Ranvier yields speeds of tens to hundreds of meters per second, while reflexes can be nearly instantaneous. From motor cortex, signals descend the corticospinal tract, turning intention into action, from a hand squeeze to a sprint. The PFC, air traffic control for the mind, permits, delays, or aborts decisions. When PFC falters, executive errors soar. The hypothalamus keeps homeostasis, temperature, hunger, sleep, hormonal axes. Stability here shapes both physical and mental health. The BIBB, blood-brain barrier, forms a microscopic fortress. Tight junction welds lock down permeability, preserving a pristine neural milieu. Astrocytes embrace capillaries and synapses, regulating ions and fueling cells, the silent nurses of the neural network. Synapses stand by. Reserve vesicles dock, calcium channels open. Once the threshold is hit, transmission fires. Pumps and transporters clean residue, reclaiming transmitters. Fast cleanup makes the next signal sharper. Ion channels open, and action potential sweeps the axon. On-off sequences click with nanoscopic precision. Oligodendrocytes wrap myelin, the brain's dielectric. Less leakage, higher speed, lower energy cost for neurons. Microglia patrol. Scan, identify, clear low-grade threats. They quench small flames of inflammation before wildfires start. The myelin integrity gauge sits in the green. Intact insulation underpins durable learning and processing speed. 1 a.m. plus a blue screen. Every extra minute of scrolling is another minute of sleep debt. Prime thief of daytime alertness. Blue light suppresses melatonin, shifting the body clock. Recommendation: power down screens 60 to 90 minutes before bed to enter night mode. Glymphatic trash pickup slows sleep loss. Low flow. Neural waste lingers longer than expected. Biologic debris clumps. Short sleep isn't just tiring, it makes the brain
Mood
dirty
stability.
at the micro level. Reaction time lengthens by 100 to 200 milliseconds. Enough to slow actions and compromise driving or machinery safety. SNR sinks. The brain whispers in a noisy room. The same mental task now costs more energy. Irritability rises. When the sleep stress axis snaps, emotional swings widen and snap decisions follow. Sleep debt accumulates, plus 1 hour, plus 2 hours. After 5 to 7 days, cognition falls comparable to a full night of deprivation. Chronic stress pushes cortisol up. The needle shifts green to red. The body prioritizes survival, sacrificing strategic thinking. Amygdala drowns out the hippocampus. Emotions shout, memory retreats. Learning slows and recall fades. PFC connections thin, then break. Self-control wanes, impulses win. Executive mistakes multiply. Low HRV flags a taut autonomic system. Restoring rhythm with slow breathing and moderate movement is a recommended measure. A rain of notifications fragments attention. Multitasking doesn't double time. It doubles errors and dilutes decisions. Executive error charts spike. Missends, missed appointments, wrong priorities, united by attentional overload. Network desynchrony. Neurons blink out of phase.
Spike.
Fragmented thinking. Workflow loses cadence. Productivity drops. Neuroinflammatory signatures edge upward. The smoldering fuse of persistent fatigue and waning drive. Post-meal glucose spikes.
Overshoot.
Greater amplitude and SD. Energy seems plentiful, but actually flickers, degrading focus. Insulin surges, then dips. The glycemic pendulum triggers hunger, even with reserves. False appetite. Inflamed cerebrovascular endothelium is like a rough road. Turbulent flow, choppy fuel delivery, sluggish thinking. Insulin sensitivity falls as glut channels open less. Simple math. Same input, lower output. Poor brain efficiency. Neuronal mitochondria tire.
Lipid.
Output drops like a battery at 30%. Same workload, higher energy burn. Lipid specks roll by. A footprint of messy metabolism. Left unchecked, they harden into stubborn habits. Prolonged sitting lowers cerebral blood flow by a few percent. Enough to dent afternoon alertness and decision quality. The sitting counter climbs 7 to 9 to 10 hours per day. Warning threshold reached. Insert active brakes. Total load equals F of sleep, stress, glucose. Cross the threshold and the needle slams red. Cognitive output plunges. Desync spreads. Clusters drift offbeat until the whole network speaks different languages. Thoughts become disjointed. Decisions slide toward instinct. Fast but light on evidence. Error probability rises, risks accumulate. The recall curve has holes. Wrong names, weak retrieval. Simple evidence goes temporarily missing. 3 arrows converge into overload. The spillover isn't one drop. It's the sum of many habits. The system throttles to protect itself. Energy save mode on, creativity dims, processing slows, short-term safety, long-term cost. Red flag, thunderclap headache, treat as cerebrovascular emergency, time is brain. Red flag, facial droop, arm weakness, slurred speech, remember FAST and call
Face
emergency
weak.
services immediately. Red flag,
Arm
language
weak.
disturbance, stuttering, word salad, poor comprehension. Don't wait for it to clear. Red flag,
Hello,
first-time
Apple
seizure,
House.
requires medical evaluation to exclude serious causes. Red flag, transient vision loss like a curtain. Think TIA. Get to the hospital early to diagnose and prevent stroke. Red flag, sudden altered consciousness. Prioritize airway safety, call emergency, follow clinical guidance. Set a 7 to 9 hour sleep window. Fixed bed wake times daily. The foundation of neural recovery, memory, and mood. 90-minute pre-sleep routine. Screens off, warm light less than or equal to 3000 Kelvin. Light reading. The body clock resets cleanly. 150 minutes per week aerobic plus 2 strength sessions. Boosts cerebral blood flow and BDNF, improving mood and attention. 10-minute post-meal walk lowers glucose amplitude, shrinking the area under the curve of energy swings. Steadier brain fuel. Prioritize fatty fish, vegetables, legumes, nuts. Cut ultra-processed foods and added sugars. Mediterranean-style eating supports cognition. 4 to 7 to 8 breathing and 10 minutes per day, meditation. HRV up, cortisol down, autonomic tone recenters, sleep deepens. Deep work, 25 to 50 minutes, single task, notifications off, gives the PFC space for higher order reasoning, reducing executive errors. Routine checkups, blood pressure, lipids, A1C, screen for sleep apnea when suspected. Partner with clinicians under current guidelines. 7-day brain reset, daily building blocks. Sleep, nutrition, movement, breath, deep work, social connection, metrics. Start step 1 today. A small deviation times 7 days yields a big difference. A clearer mind, steadier emotions, and sharper decisions.